Okay. My doesn't matter. Let us try to revise some of the important points related to your competitive examinations better. Let's say, for example, I'm having a wire like this of length, say, for example, L. And this wire is being bent into the form of your circle. Say, for example, one circle of radius, say, capital R. Then length of this wire can be written as beta. L will be equal to your 2 pi into capital R. Then capital R will be equal to how much beta? Radius will be equal to L by your 2 pi. Okay. Then, so for one turn, if I'm writing, for one turn, if the wire is bent only into the one turn, then magnetic field at the center O will be equal to your mu naught into I divided by 2 into your R. So that is equals to mu naught into I divided by 2 into R is equals to L by your 2 pi. Isn't it? So L by your 2 pi. So this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. So the answer will be equal to how much better? Mu naught into I into your pi divided by your L. Then magnetic moment will be equal to how much? Magnetic moment is capital M naught is equals to your I into your A. That will be equal to your I. Area will be equal to pi into your R square. So that is equals to your I into pi. Capital R is equals to how much better? See here right now. Capital R is equals to your L by your 2 pi. So this will become for me L by your 2 pi whole square. That means this will become for me I into pi into L square divided by 4 into your pi square. So this pi and this square will get cancelled. So this will be equal to your I into your R square divided by 4 into your pi. So this will be the magnetic moment. M naught is equals to your I into R square divided by your 4 into your pi square part of relation. So square 1 pi is getting cancelled. So M naught is equals to your I into R square divided by your not R square because this is your length here. So this will become from your L square. So I into your L square divided by 4 into pi. When a wire is bent into your one circle. Now if I say that this same wire is bent into your n turns. If it is bent into your n turns right now, say for example, this is your wire like this, and this wire is bent into your n turns of radius, say for example, of smaller. I'm writing here right now n turns. Okay. So the wire of length, this is the wire of A and this one is wire of your B. The length of this one is L. Now it is bent into a circle of radius how much beta? A small r, where it is having n number of your turns. Then magnetic field due to your n turns will be equal to your capital N into your mu naught into your I divided by 2 into small r. What is the smaller right now? Can anyone tell me better? Length will be equal to how much right now here? This length of the wire L will be equal to 2 pi into your R into number of turns N. That means from this I can write radius. Radius R is equals to your L by 2 pi into your number of turns. 2 pi into your number of turns. So Bn is equals to N into mu naught into I divided by 2 into your R part of relation. That means I can write this one as magnetic field due to N turns will be equal to your N into your mu naught into your I divided by 2 into R is equals to your L into 2 pi into capital N. This 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. So that will be coming out for me. Magnetic field due to your N turns will be equal to your capital N into your mu naught into I. N into N, this will become for me N square into your pi divided by your L. Very important formula beta. Magnetic field due to your N turns. Now see here, mu naught I pi by your L. Mu naught I pi by L can be written as magnetic field due to center. That means magnetic field at N due to N turns will be equal to your N square times the magnetic field due to one single turn. Bn is equals to your N square into your B naught. Similarly, magnetic moment due to your N turns will be equal to your, I can write your number of turns N into I into pi into your smaller square. So that will be equal to your N I into pi. Smaller value, how much we got right now, beta? Smaller value is equals to, see how much I got? Smaller value is L by 2 pi into your N. So it is your L divided by 2 pi into capital N, and this one is your whole square. That means this will become for me Ni, this one is pi into your L square divided by 4 into your pi square into N square. So anything is getting cancelled here, but this n square, this n will be getting cancelled. This pi and this square will get cancelled. So this will be equal to your I into your L square divided by 4 into pi into your n. You see, I into L square divided by 4 into pi can be taken as of your m naught. So I can write here magnetic field due to your n turns will be equal to magnetic field due to one single turn divided by your n. So this will be the answer for this. Very, very important relation. Very, very important relation for the competitive examinations right now. So what is the given condition I'm writing right now here? A magnetic field due to your n turns will be equal to your how much? Due to n turns is magnetic field due to the one single turn divided by n. The same way magnetic field due to your n turns, when a wire is bent into your n number of turns, means it is n square into your v naught. The same way magnetic field due to one single turn is mu naught into I into pi divided by your L. Magnetic field, magnetic moment due to your one single turn is I into L square divided by 4 into your pi part of relation. Clear, beta? Sure. Next one, again, very, very important, beta. Magnetic dipole moment. Magnetic dipole moment of revolving charge. Magnetic dipole moment of your revolving charge. Okay. So for example, this is your circular orbit. The radius of this one is, say for example, r. And we are having an electron right now here, charge particle, say for example, q. And it is moving with a velocity of your v. Okay. The formula for this one is nothing but ratio of magnetic dipole moment by your angular momentum will always be equal to your q by your 2m. Ratio of magnetic dipole moment divided by angular momentum is equals to charge divided by 2 times of your m. So it is m by your L is equals to q by your 2 into your m. Very important for competitive examinations, beta. M is equals to your, how much for me? M is magnetic moment right now for this one. L is your angular momentum, Q is charge, and M is the mass. So M by L is equals to Q by 2M. The ratio of magnetic dipole moment to the angular momentum is known as of your magnetic moment of the revolving charge. For this one right now, you see right now, L will be equal to your moment of inertia, that is I into your omega. I is what here? Moment of inertia. I is your moment of inertia. I can write here, this one is your moment of your inertia, and omega is your angular velocity. Omega is your angular velocity. Okay, na? So the ratio of your magnetic moment to the angular momentum is known as of your charge by your 2 times of your m. Like say for example, if I give you some applications, number A, for point charge, what will be the magnetic moment, beta? M by L will be equal to how much? M by L is equals to your Q by your 2 into your M, isn't it? So magnetic moment will become for me, M is equals to Q by 2 into your M into capital L, into your capital L. Now for point charge, or I can say for point mass, moment of inertia will be equal to how much, beta? I is equals to your M into your R square. So magnetic moment will become how much for me, beta? Capital M is equals to your Q by your 2M into I. I is equals to your, how much I can write now? Moment of inertia is nothing but of your L is equals to how much for me? Your I into your omega. L is equals to your I into your omega. You can write here I into your omega. So that is equals to Q by your 2m. Moment of inertia is m into r square into your omega. And we know that when it is moving a circular path, V is equals to how much for me? R omega. So in this one, this small m will get cancelled right now here. So this will be equal to your how much beta? Q by your 2 into your R square into omega. Omega is equals to V by your R. This square will get cancelled. So it will be Q into V divided by your Q into V into R. Q into V into R divided by 2. So that will be the magnetic moment. So capital M will be equal to your half into Q V into R will be the magnetic moment for a point charge. For your point charge. Clear, beta? One more I am giving you. You try to do it right now. Say for example, orbital motion of an electron if I am talking about. Orbital motion of an electron if I am talking right now in terms of your magnetic moment. Okay, anyhow. Now say for example, if I am talking about for non-point charges. Non-point charge. It means it is not a point charge. Like say for example, it is a circular path like this. And this is the radius of this one. This is nothing but of your capital R. And charge has been residing throughout the surface like this. Okay, say for example, this is a ring. This is a ring. And this is the axis on which this ring is been revolving. This is an angular velocity of your omega. Okay, total charge on this one is say for example Q, mass of this one is say for example M. So what will be the magnetic moment? Again same formula, M by L will be equal to your Q by 2 times of your M. So I can write from this one, M is equals to how much beta? M is equals to your Q by your 2M into L is equals to your I into omega. That is equals to Q by 2 into your M. Moment of inertia for this one will be equal to how much beta? Again same, M into your R square into your omega. This M will get cancelled. So the answer will be equal to Q into your R square into your omega divided by your 2. So this will be the magnetic moment in terms of your radius. Okay, the same way, if I'm talking about your disk, okay, say if I am talking about your disk, okay, so disk means right now, this will be your disk right now. So disk is having the mass throughout the body like this. Mass is being, that means this is the axis on which it is rotating with an angular velocity omega. Charge is present throughout the surface right now. Charge is present throughout the body. So what is the moment of inertia for this body, beta? Moment of inertia I will be equal to your half into m into, say for example, mass of this one I am taking it as of your Q and mass is say for example m. So moment of inertia will be half into m into your r square. So if I'm asking the magnetic moment, so this will become how much for me beta? M by L will be equal to your Q by 2 into your M. So M will be equal to your how much for this one? So capital M will be equal to Q into your L divided by 2 into your M. So that is equals to Q. L is equals to your I into omega divided by 2 into your M. So magnetic moment capital M is equals to Q. Moment of inertia. So this one is nothing but if your moment of inertia is equals to how much for me? Half into M into R square into your omega divided by 2 into your M. This M will get cancelled right now here. So this will be coming out for me. How much better? Can anyone tell me in terms of your R only? So capital M is equals to Q into this one is nothing but of your R square into your omega divided by this will become for me 4. Clear? So this is the magnetic moment due to your disk. Magnetic moment due to your disk part deflation. Like that you can calculate for any body depending upon the given situation part deflation. Provided we should know the moment of inertia of that situation or that point part deflation. Clear beta? Sure. So हम लोग ने क्या किया अभी right now see magnetic moment is nothing but equal to beta the ratio of magnetic moment by capital M is equals to your Q by your M. This is always equals to Q by your M. If it's asking the magnetic moment for a ring, disk or any other body, you can use the different relations provided we should know the moment of inertia for the given body's part of relation. Yes. Okay. Next heading beta. Again, this one is also very important. Orbital motion. Orbital motion of electron. Orbital motion of your electron, E minus. This is your circular path. And here is your radius. And here is a charge particle that is E minus. And it is moving with a velocity, say for example, V. And this is the central part. This is, say for example, your nucleus at the center. And radius of this one is, say for example, R. Okay. So for a electron, the magnetic moment, we just derived the formula. Half m is equals to half into charge on that particle is a cube into r square into your omega. So magnetic moment in terms of charge of electron means I can write here right now, capital M is equals to your half. Charge of electron is represented by small e into r square into your omega. Okay, in terms of velocity, if I need to write m is equals to your, this will become for me e v into r divided by 2, anything depending upon velocity or angular velocity. Because v is equals to, we know, r into your omega. So omega is equals to v by r. You can simplify that one and write it out. Now see, from the Bohr's theory, we know that capital M by capital L is equals to your E by 2 into your M. So angular momentum will be equal to how much better? Second postulate of your Bohr's model. Angular momentum. किसी को याद है? Do anyone remember what are the postulates in that one? Angular momentum of the electron which is revolving is always
H by
n into your h by your 2 into pi. Isn't it? So I can write here magnetic moment is equals to how much for me? Capital M is equals to, this is nothing but if your E into L divided by 2 into your M. L I have taken up. So that is equals to E by 2M into capital L. Capital L is equals to N into H divided by 2 into your pi. So magnetic moment for the electron revolving the circular orbit is given by the formula E into H divided by your 4 pi into M. This is a constant and it is your N. N is nothing but right now what beta? The number of orbits, the principal quantum number in which it is been revolving. So this is very, very important formula beta. You need to remember. Directly अगर कल के दिन पूछ दिया तो you need to remember it. You can't derive in examination hall. So the more you practice, the more better you can remember. This is the something story related to your motion of the electron. If I'm talking about first orbit beta, first orbit के लिए अगर पूछा है, for first orbit, n will be equal to how much for me? 1. So magnetic dipole moment is minimum and it is called as what, Bolza? Bohr's magnetron is also called as a magnetron. So capital M is equals to E into H divided by 4 pi into your M. This is your capital M. This is also called as of your Bohr magnetron for the first orbital. उसी तरह से second orbital के लिए चले जाओ, n is equals to 2, third orbital, fourth orbital, like that. That is the reason I have taken for your n orbitals part of relation. Is that clear beta? Very, very important formula. Very, very, very important formula part of relation. Okay, sure. The next one is say for example, this is your bar magnet beta. Pole strength of this one is your EM and this one is your EM. So this pole is negative, one pole is positive. Which pole is negative beta? South pole is negative, north pole will be your positive. Okay, and magnetic moment for this one is how much I told you yesterday? M is equals to your capital M is equals to your small m into your L. South pole will act as of your negative, north pole will act as of your positive beta. In the bar magnet, the magnetic moment is from your south to north. Outside, the magnetic field is from your north to south, isn't it? When it is bent into the arc of a circle, any arc of a circle like this right now. So this is bent into an arc of a circle like this. Then the new magnetic moment will be equal to how much? So this is the distance between the two bar magnets beta. This is the line joining between them. And this is your radius right now like this. So if I join for this one, this is becoming right now like this. Okay. Now this is making an angle of, say for example, theta. And this is your radius of your capital R. And this is the length of the bar magnet. This is nothing but of your L. So this is your negative, that is minus M. And this one is of your plus M, pole strength basically. So a bar magnet is bent into an arc of a circle. The new magnetic moment can be calculated by the formula. Magnetic moment, new magnetic moment is equals to your capital M into your sine theta by 2 divided by your theta by 2. Theta should be taken in terms of your radians. Theta should be taken in terms of your radian. Like say if it is bent into an, like say for example, if it is bent in the form of your, say for example, semicircle. If it is bent in semicircle. For semicircle, theta will be equal to how much beta? 180 degrees. Semicircle means the bar magnet is bent exactly like this. This is your pole strength here. This is minus m. This is your plus m. Plus m means this is north pole. This is your south pole. Line joining between them. This is the radius from here to here. This is your capital R. Okay. So theta will be equal to how much beta? It is bent here. Theta will be equal to your 180 degrees. So magnetic moment will become how much for me? M new magnetic moment is equals to capital M into your sine. Theta is 180. 180 divided by 2 divided by this one is 180 divided by 2. Okay, so first I'm taking in terms of radians so that the answer will come for me easily. So m nu will be equal to your m into this one is sine of your 90 degrees divided by this will become for me how much beta? Theta by 2. Theta by 2 means this will become how much for me? Pi by 2. Okay, so this will become how much beta? Sine 90 is how much beta? Sine 90 is nothing but equal to your 1. So 2 will go up. So 2 into capital M divided by your pi. So the new magnetic moment will be equal to your m dash is equals to 2 times of capital M divided by your pi. So this will be the new magnetic moment. Okay, sure. Next one. Resultant dipole moment. Resultant dipole moment of 2 or more bar magnets. 2 or more bar magnets. If I'm talking about the resultant magnetic moment of your 2 or more bar magnets. Let's say the first one if I'm taking. So if the bar magnets are like this. Say for example, this is a one bar magnet here right now. And this pole is nothing but south pole and this one is north pole. Another bar magnet is been kept here right now like this, which is been inclined because this is a vector quantity. This is a south pole and this is a north pole. And the direction of the magnetic moment is from south to north. So this is south to north. This is your M1. And this is from south to north. This is your M2. That means from this center, we are having two magnetic moments like this. This is your M1. And here it is your M2. And it is making an angle of theta. The resultant magnetic moment, how do you write beta? Can anyone tell me? The resultant magnetic moment is represented by capital M. So how do you write the value of capital M? Capital M is equals to your under root of your. Under root. This will become for me M1 square plus of your M2 square plus 2 M1 M2 into your cos theta. Okay now? The resultant magnetic moment is given by the formula M is equals to under root of your M1 square plus of your M2 square plus 2 times of M1 M2 into cos theta. If it is 30 degrees, take 30, 90, 180, whatever it may be. Depending upon the given situation, you can go on, take and simplify the problem part of relation. Is it clear, beta? Is it clear? Like say one more problem if I'm giving you right now like this. Say for example, we got two bar magnets like this. This is south pole, this is a north pole. And here there is one more bar magnet like this. And this one is your south pole and this one is your north pole. Direction of magnetic moment is from south to north beta. For this one, the magnetic moment is capital M like this. And for this one, capital M like this. So resultant magnetic moment will go like this, isn't it? So we are getting one magnetic moment like this, capital M. And this is another magnetic moment, capital M. Both of them are same. So this will be the resultant making an angle theta. So M will be equal to how much? But angle between M1 and M2 is equals to how much? Angle between M1 and M2 is equals to 90 degrees. The resultant magnetic moment will be equal to how much beta? M resultant will be equal to your how much? M resultant is equals to under root M square plus of your M square plus 2 times of your M into your M into your cos of 90. Cos 90 is how much? 0. So this total term will become 0. So M resultant will be equal to your under root of your M square plus of your M square. That will become for how much beta? Root 2 times of your capital M. Is it clear? Sure. Okay, so anything basically, if it is been inclined at an angle of your 30 degrees, both of them, the net magnetic moment will be equal to your how much beta? Like say for example, this is one bar magnet right now here. This is your south pole, this is your north pole, and this is your another bar magnet right now here. and this one is also south pole to north pole. The magnetic moment direction is from south to north like this, and this is the resultant. And if this is making an angle 30 degrees and this is making an angle of your 30 degrees, that means total angle is 60 degrees. Net magnetic moment between them will become how much, beta? The magnetic moment will become for me how much? 2m into your cos of your 30. Cos 30 is how much?
1/2.
Cos 30.
1/2, sir. √3/2.
That will be equal to 2m into cos 30 is √3/2. This one will get cancelled. So √3 into your m, √3 or m will be the answer. Okay? Sure. This one you tell me and think and give me the answer. This is one bar magnet like this. And here there is one bar magnet like this in the form of a triangle. And here there is one more bar magnet like this. And the directions are like, say, this is south pole, north pole. This is south pole, this is north pole, and this is south pole, and this is north pole. The direction of the magnetic moment is right now from where to where, beta? South to north like this, south to north like this, south to north like this. That means if I'm taking like outside, this is one bar magnet, capillium. This is equals to capillium, and this is equals to capillium. I told you already in vectors, when three vectors are taken the same order, the resultant magnetic moment will always be equal to 0. So it is m1 plus of your m2 plus of your m3 must be equal to 0. That means the net magnetic moment will come out for me how much, beta? 0. The net magnetic moment will be equal to 0. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Sure. How much time is left out, beta? 7 minutes. Sure. See the next heading. Properties of bar magnet. इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक्स को कंपेयर करते हुए पढ़ा दूंगा बेटा, तो इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक्स का भी एक अच्छा खासा रिवीजन हो जाएगा. मान के चलो, इफ आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट पॉइंट चार्ज, so if I am talking about your point charge, for point charge I am talking about the electric field and electric potential. Say मान के चलो, we are having one point charge. Say for example, this is a point charge plus q. The electric lines of the field will be going from the positive charge in all the directions like this. Coulomb's law में electrostatics में formula आपको याद होगा. Somewhere at a distance, this is a point P. At a distance of your R, if I'm talking about, electric field is given by the formula E is equals to K into Q divided by your R square. Potential is given by the formula V is equals to K into Q divided by R. I hope you remember it, beta. K की वैल्यू क्या होती है बेटा? K की वैल्यू क्या होगी यहाँ पर? K is equals to, K will be equal to, for this electrostatics के अंदर K value is equals to 1/4 pi epsilon naught. Okay, and whereas in the magnetic field, if I am writing the relation right now, in the magnetic field, K value will be equal to your how much? In the same way, right now you see, if I am talking about your what pole I can take in the bar magnetism, beta, if it is a positive charge bar magnetism कौन सा रिप्रेजेंट करेगा? तो यहाँ पर मैंने आपको बताया था इससे पहले से, कहाँ गया ये? ठीक है, नॉर्थ पोल पॉजिटिव बनता है और साउथ पोल नेगेटिव बनता है कि नहीं? बताया था ना मैंने अभी. तो यहाँ पर अगर मैं पॉजिटिव चार्ज ले रहा हूँ तो बीच में कौन सा पोल लेना चाहिए मुझे? नॉर्थ पोल. सो नॉर्थ पोल से मैग्नेटिक लाइंस ऑफ फील्ड्स क्या हो जाएंगे? दे विल बी गोइंग इन द आउटवर्ड डायरेक्शन लाइक दिस. So for this one, somewhere at a point P, if I need to calculate the magnetic field in the outward direction, so magnetic field will be B is equals to mu naught by your 4 pi into M by your R square. So in the place of Q, I'm taking M. In the place of K, I'm taking mu naught by your 4 pi. Potential at your point P will be equal to your mu naught by your 4 pi into your M by your R. ठीक है ना? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Next one. इसी के अंदर, if I'm talking about Coulomb's law, if I'm talking about your Coulomb's law between one positive charge and one negative charge, and they are both of them are separated by distance r, so there will be a part, this will exert the force on this one. So this one is right now q1 and this one will be equal to your q2. Now what happens? You tell me right now here in this one. there will be a sort of attraction between them, positive and negative. There will be a sort of an attraction between them. So force is given by the formula F is equals to K into Q1 Q2 divided by your R. If both of them are in opposite directions, like say positive charge, and if I'm taking this positive charge and both of them are separated by R, there will be the force in this direction, there will be the force in this direction. Even for this one, F is equals to what I can write, mu naught by over 4 pi for the bar magnetism. South pole means this is north pole and this one is nothing but of your north pole in terms of magnetic field. So it is mu naught by 4 pi into your, this will become for your M1 into your M2 divided by your R square. Is that clear, beta?
Yes, sir.
Even for this one, you take positive charge. That will be more better. क्योंकि यहाँ पर नीचे positive ले लिया ना, तो इन दोनों के बीच में there will be a repulsion force like this. Either it may be positive, positive, or positive, negative. That can be not some problem. So force between any two positive charges is directly proportional to product of charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So F is equals to K into K value will be equal to how much, beta? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q1 Q2 divided by your R square. In terms of magnetic field, it will be equal to how much, better? In terms of magnetic field, F is equals to mu naught by 4 pi into your M1, M2 divided by your R square part of relation. Yani here I am taking the pole strength M1 and here I am taking the pole strength as of your M2 part of relation. Okay. So just 3 minutes have been left out. Yeah. इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक्स में साथ में पढ़ा दे रहा हूँ बेटा, उसलिए आप लोग थोड़ा फॉर्मूले से याद कर लीजिएगा. In the same way, if I'm talking about your field on axial and equatorial line of dipole, field on your axial and dipole. मान के चलो, let us try to talk about your dipole electrostatics का. One negative charge and one positive charge. This is your axial line and this will be your equatorial line. Okay, dipole moment is always from where to where, negative to positive. So ये हो गया P bar, isn't it? And this one is your equatorial line. This is your equatorial line and this one is your axial line. Okay, somewhere at a point P, if I'm talking about right now, an axial line basically in between them. So I'm taking some point right now here. This is a point P, which is at a distance of your R due to the dipole from the center. So electric field on the axial point of a dipole is given by the formula 2kp divided by R cube. I hope you remember this one. The same way on equatorial point, if I'm taking the direction of the equatorial position is opposite to the dipole moment. This one is also the distance of your R. So equatorial position will be equal to your, how much better? E equatorial will be equal to your, can you tell me? E equatorial will be equal to, I'm writing the formula here itself. E equatorial is equals to your K into P divided by your R. Clear? Chalo. If I'm talking about your bar magnet, second one is Kendra. So say for example, we are keeping a bar magnet right now here. One is your south pole, another one is your north pole. Direction is from south to north, beta. Direction is from north, south to north. So if I'm taking the axial position, so this will be your axial position and this will be your equatorial position. So B axial will be equal to how much, beta? B axial will be equal to your 2 into mu naught divided by 4 pi into your M by your R cube. B on equatorial position, if I'm taking beta, which is the distance of your R, magnetic field on your equatorial position will be equal to your mu naught by 4 pi into your M by your R cube, isn't it? So ये एक जनरल फॉर्मूला लिख लेते हैं यहाँ पर. E axial electric field on the axial will be equal to minus of 2 times of your equatorial position. The same way, magnetic field on your axial position will be equal to minus of 2 times of your magnetic field on the equatorial position. Clear? Is it clear, beta?
Yes, sir.
Sure. These are the some of the important formulas, both for axial and equatorial. मैंने आप लोगों को रिवाइज करवा दिया है. Then next one is about your general formula, potential at any general point. How much time is left? Time है मेरे पास less than 1 minute है बेटा. So I think I can't do it. So we'll try to do it in the next session.
Okay, sir.
मैं आप लोगों को
PDF
भेजूं इसका.
Yes, sir.
ये तो भेजने नहीं आएगा मुझे बेटा, because I am not having an access to send this which I am writing. But the दूसरा जो PDF है